And we are fast approaching on the fast track to getting to God, what is it? Invictus and Fleet Week. Very, very soon. It's looking like. So yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be an interesting one here. Anyhow, I'm hoping everyone's doing great. I don't know why my Star Citizen bit is not doing great. There it goes. Okay. So, pull this up. Anyways, I'm just getting started here today. I hope everyone's been having a great couple of days. It's been a while since I've talked to any of you. Anyways, I'm doing a brief update. Let's see. Where is it? We're going to go to, let's see. Today is the 4th of April, and there's been a lot of stuff added and such. So we're going to go to videos. First things first, the April Fool's joke, I thought it was really funny. So window, yeah, okay, window. Okay, window, we're going to switch to this. And here we go with my thoughts on this, the Miscrafter.
Finally, an instant classic.
A classic, they say.
You, the heroes this galaxy needs. Persistent, eternal, sanitary. None other exists.
I seriously want it. Let's be real. I do want that. And that's the sad thing about it. I do want that. But yeah, enough about that. We're going to go to, what is it? Maps and apps here in just a moment. This is a really good ISC, and it covers the map changes and stuff. I wish they would allow you to change the map color, because some people are colorblind. I'm sure you agree with me, Brian07. That's my one gripe about all these maps. I wish that for certain people who are colorblind or have this visual differing problems, I wish you could color equate. You know what I mean? Or change their vision. For like red green or red blue, Does that make sense? And I hope everyone can hear me actually. Okay. Here we go with maps and apps.
Never say.
I will be making commentary throughout this, so here we go.
Sat in this one before. As Alpha 323 continues its journey towards becoming Star Citizen's biggest life in the verse as we know it patch yet, we know lots of folks have patiently waited to see one thing above all others, the Miscrafter. What? The Mobiglass and Star map app. The Mobiglass and newly christened map app.
Arrival complete. Welcome.
So the Mobiglass is getting a massive visual overhaul for 323.
The version everyone's been living with for years is, it kind of does the job, but you can see it's dated now.
So the entire Mobiglass is overhauled from what it was before. It's using a new technology that we've built called cards, and we use cards for other UIs throughout the game. For the Mobiglass, it was a big task to convert because it has a lot of apps in it as well. So we need to convert all of those apps over to the new tech in order for the entire thing to be able to release.
So in 3.23, we've got a really big improvement to the user experience. So everything's designed to look nicer and feel nicer.
And sadly, we haven't really had all the time we needed to get all the apps there. So you are going to recognize the VMA and the Comms app just as they have always been. But with that package, you're getting all the other apps with a visual update and also functionality updates for some of them.
You've got a completely updated home screen, so you can do things like view your ship. You can see your
Looking
health,
good so far.
notifications, kind of the information you really need to see now.
So we're also getting a fully new health app where you can see all the things that's currently affecting your health.
Okay, so let's see what we got here. We have for this leg injury, muscle fatigue, visit medical bay ASAP, partial paralysis. That's interesting. Health is at 75%, beats 59 beats per minute. Body temperature is 36 degrees Celsius. The hunger and hydration are at 100%. Blood drug levels are at 0. The suit and environment are... Oh, we have the rad. Look at this. We have a rad and gravity reading. Okay, okay. So we have oxygen, fuel tank, probably for the movement system of some sort. We also have oxygen in the tank. The RAID system for its a Geiger counter symbol of some sort. Atmosphere is safe for breathing. Gravity is 1G. Exit temperature is minus 60 degrees Celsius. Pressure is... Now that's interesting. This is the atmospheric pressure, I'm assuming. 108.7 kilopascals. Okay.
And all the stats that you would normally see on your HUD.
Over time, we've added all these cool new things that can affect the player. So we're going to have things like radiation. We've got existing stuff like you can break bones. If you heal yourself, you can potentially over.
Okay, so we have respiratory function impaired, pulmonary hemorrhage detected. Yeesh. Sturgeon and dexametrin have been added. Wow. Yeah, okay. Blood drug level 88%. Radiation is at 0.01 millisieverts. No atmospheric change. Temperature has gone up.
Overdose, you can have drug effects. All this cool stuff is happening, but it wasn't obvious to the player just walking around what was going on under the hood. So we added this new app where you can track all that stuff.
So the health app is going to be the place to go when, for some reason, you're feeling ill and you just need that extra little bit of information of what do I need to do to take care of myself to get out of this situation. So the contract manager has been in the game for a long time, and it's just grown kind of obvious that it's not doing all the things you need it to.
All the functionality is essentially the same internally, but it needed a visual polish, and also the user experience needed bringing up to date. So some new features like you can toggle between illegal missions, you can see what the rewards are going to be ahead of time.
So no more randomly getting attacked by the police, hopefully. It's probably your fault anyway.
Some big improvements coming to the Mobiglass. That's coming in 3.23, but one thing we didn't talk about yet was the star map. We've had the original star map in Star Citizen for a long time, so it was overdue for an update.
Don't get me wrong, like the old Skylink app, it did what it should, but I think it has grown a bit obsolete.
No, death to the old star map!
Yes.
That's harsh.
The original one just showed the stars and planets and so on, but we wanted to expand on that.
So opening up the star map for the first time in 3.23, you're gonna realize that the star map is
That is nice looking.
not just the star map anymore. It's the everything map.
It's now called Maps app rather than Star Map.
And why did we change it?
Because we now have the interior map, so this shows like your local area, as well as sort of zooming out and showing the star map.
So what is the interior map? It's a bird's eye view of the current environment.
It's a really cool 3D map. So instead of just having a top-down view, this is showing you the actual level.
And it's presented as a fully schematic 3D view in which you can find every relevant point of interest, such as a shop, transit station, hospital, and the like.
You can get them for ships, for landing zones in 323. In future, we'll expand on that and add it to more areas.
And if you're not familiar with the location you just arrived to, or you're a new player and you're not familiar with any of them, actually having the spatial awareness of where the things that are relevant to you are is going to provide a giant step up in terms of the experience of the game in general.
As it's fully 3D, you can move around, navigate between floors, zoom in and out, and so on, as you'd expect.
You will see the local area where you're walking around, something you've never been able to do before. Essentially, you'll be able to navigate between all the different rooms and different important areas of the game.
It also offers a way to overlay your own data onto it that is specific to you. So, for example, the location of your mission.
That right there, Brian, is an excellent question. Can I find my ship, though? That's a good question. Can you find your ship? Yes, I hope so. That's a good question. Very good question. I'll admit. Very good question. Well done. Well done. Good job. Well, I think they get a good start. They'll probably add to it. You know, this system looks super, super modular. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Mission objective. Custom markers.
You can also use it to plot a route to another location on the map. Drop a marker and navigate to it, so we'll see a line on the map that shows you where you can actually go and where the easiest way to get there.
So on that map, you'll be able to just click any room you want to go to. You can go between the different zones of the area, and you can place a little marker and route all the way there.
So navigating is one of the primary use cases we want to make as robust as we can for 323. And so part of that involves providing a variety of fallback cases in order to help you best understand how to get somewhere. So for instance, if we ask the AI system and it can't return you a path via its nav links and nav meshes, we can ask the transit system. And if the transit system says there's a connection between the two zones, then that would help you route.
So at the time of recording, we're having issues loading all the different OCs that's in a big landing zone, for example. So we're looking into these solutions to make sure that you can track from one part to a fully different part of the area.
So Star Map. Star Map is vastly improved. The main thing we wanted to change was make it a nice user experience. So everything in there has been overhauled.
When you open your map, you'll first of all be confronted with your local area, so you'll see what room you're in and what's close to you. But you can also zoom out and you will see the universe open up in front of you as you zoom out.
From here, we can see the entire verse. We can see all the planets.
Space stations, Lagrange points, all of that good stuff. You can then click on any of those markers and you will be automatically panned and zoomed into them so you can see a little bit more detail about them. If you've zoomed in on a planet, for example, you can zoom in a little bit more and you can start to see the surface locations, so you can see towns, outposts.
You get all.
What towns? She mentioned towns. Okay, there's a question. What towns is she talking about? Those settlements that we have right now don't technically qualify as towns. Towns, to me, qualify as looking, oh, I don't know, a little more clean looking to live in, you know, like New Babbage and stuff. We have cities, yeah, but we don't have actual towns, you know, we just have settlements and outposts. So where are the towns? Probably, well, yeah, there is that. Let me rewind to hear what she was saying.
About them. If you're zoomed in on a planet, for example, you can zoom in a little bit more and you can start to see the surface locations. So you can see towns, outposts.
You get all the information you need about them. We're adding this new system where you can see all the amenities that are available.
I do think, yeah, you're right, Brian. Probably right now, but I know at some point we're supposed to have a couple of medium-sized towns scattered around the major planets. Because even in the text for like Lorville, it says that's the largest of the company towns on Stanton 1, you know? But yeah, you're probably right.
At that location.
So for outposts, landing zones, and stations, there will be a section here for amenities, which will show you things like whether you can buy weapons here, whether you can buy ships here, whether there's a food court, whether there's a hospital or a clinic. All of these sorts of things you'll be able to see on those box outs, so you'll know which is the most appropriate location to go to. We showed in CitizenCon, obviously, that these display much better now, so you'll see them rotate with the map, and if they've gone behind the planet, they fade out, and if they're in front of your view, they're brighter, so you can see them more easily. So at the moment, if you...
I think there's going to be a mix, Brian. On some planets, there aren't major settlements in lore. They're just small towns, like on certain planets. But I know that there are going to be certain towns that are founded by communities and stuff, because you have those land claims, you know, land claims and plots that you'll be able to make your own mini landing zones and stuff. Because remember the CitizenCon stuff from, what was it, last year? You should be able to make landing pads and stuff. So, who knows? But yeah, I do agree with the Star Wars Galaxies comment. There'll probably be a couple of player-owned towns pretty soon in the verse, if not on the horizon.
Zoom in, it will eventually get too big and you'll go through, but I am currently working on it so that it will zoom in to the surface and you'll never actually sort of clip through the planet.
And generally, we've tried to make it feel like a much more pleasant user experience, so there's things like items don't disappear off the back of the map anymore, everything's easy to read.
So, as always, the star map is what you're going to want to use to route your way through the verse.
You can still set routes as you could in the previous version, but there is a little bit more feedback if there is a problem and you can't set a route, whether you don't have enough fuel or whether it's obstructed.
It's going to be so easy. It's going to be so intuitive for you to click the thing, and there you get the button to say set route. It doesn't always just have the ability to set a route, because you can't always set a route. We will let you know when you can set a route.
There are a few things that are new for this new star map that have not been seen in the old star map. The primary one there would be search. So we now have a list of all locations. So there'll be a little drop down in your top left corner. If you open that up, you can see the full list of locations ordered by what is closest to you. And then you can also type any location and it will appear. So you could type, for example, L1 and all of the Lagrange point 1s would appear. So this allows you to a lot more flexibility to finding what you're looking for when it's not as sort of, you know, immediately right there when you're at the current view. So you can go all the way across the solar system to look at something completely different.
Star Citizen is a massive systemic game. We've got all this cool stuff going on. We've got multiple players doing things at different times. So we wanted to improve the overall interface from the player to that game world. So a big part of that is the new Moby-Glass.
Finally, we've gone to this effort to refactor and do the whole Moby-Glass hub from scratch. New maps, new applications, everything is using new tech, and we have a much more flexible and robust system for the mobiGlas under the hood.
When you're playing Star Citizen, it should be a smooth experience. You shouldn't be stuck.
I will say this. My only wish for this is that they add the ability to change the HUD colors, because some people in our community, unfortunately, are colorblind. So it's going to be difficult for them to use a blue and white map screen. So I'm hoping for some at least minimal change things, you know, to a degree. That way it's accessible to everyone, you know. Just saying.
Trying to find whatever it is you need to find at the moment. We're helping you do that with the new apps, making it easier for you to find your missions or to even just find a place in the verse.
Now that we have that framework in place, then, you know, it's kind of the sky's the limit in terms of what we can do with it and how many apps we can develop for it. And it's all using new tech, it's clean, it's the way we want it.
The other big new feature is obviously the star map with the brand new interior map as well.
Star Citizen is a game about exploring. It is a game about spacefaring. And even so, even when you're not going around in space, it's still about exploring.
Without the star map, it's really difficult to do that, right? This makes it so much easier to navigate around, to finding what you want and where it is, and how to get there.
Overall, it helps the player interact with the world, get to where they want to, do what they want to do more easily and quickly.
Over.
Definitely.
Oh. Yeah, I agree.
So, what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that mobiGlas is finally converted over to building blocks in the new card system, meaning that Flash, as we know it, has pretty much gone to live on a farm upstate. That the conversion sets the stage for the creation of multiple new apps going forward, and that the new internal map and star map have combined to become simply the Map app. Now, of course, remember that all things you see on ISC are a work in progress, and as any player of Evocati or developer alike may tell you, will continue to iterate between when you see it here and its upcoming release in Alpha 3.23. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the process of game development with you, and we'll see you all here next week.
Hi, I'm not in this episode, but they told me to show you this.
Preach, Brian, preach it. There we go, yeah. Out of curiosity, is anyone in chat going to Manchester this year? If you are, take pictures. I would love to share your pictures. But before I forget, what was I looking for? Comlink. Is it the Comlink? It's not that. Okay, I'm missing something here. Now, those are Star Citizen shows. I agree with the hex coding comment, definitely. That's definitely a good, yeah, comlink, yeah. Good call. Roadmap roundup. Okay. This was yesterday. I wasn't on yesterday, but I'll cover it. They added 2 things. Well, really 4 things to the roadmap. So much excitement about the latter thing. But even the first two are awesome, Brian, right? Our first animals in the game, which, hey, any major change you make to a long-standing project that are this major are good, right? You have the Copan, the Marok, the fauna, the Copan. It's an aggressive, agile animal that travels in packs. You'll find them in a variety of areas, from grassy fields to lurking in the darkness of caves. The Marok, which is a passive flying bird-like creature. They live in flocks and often found near lush green environments. Creature hunting that requires players to locate, kill, and retrieve valuable parts of animals roaming the environment. This is the start of the big game hunter, career path, which, hey, I'm all for. Any more career paths that get added to the game, I'm all a support for. Who wants to be an alien hunter? I do. I want trophies. You know? And then we have the most exciting stuff. See, I predicted this, Brian. There's going to be an X patch. We have... yeah. Hey. Who said... why are you saying that? Just because it's not space fishing yet doesn't mean we won't get it. You're saying that now. Remember, you're saying that now. We will get space fishing. Now for the most exciting thing. Vehicle modularity. Do you own an Aegis Retaliator, Brian? Or know anybody who does? Out of curiosity? Because this is going to be important going forward. We have the ability to swap certain modular sections of vehicles to change their function. This initial release contains the torpedo and cargo room modules for the Aegis Retaliator, with additional modules and vehicles to be added in the future. And then the Aegis Gold Standard includes the introduction of modular rooms. The cargo and torpedo room will be available in this initial release, with more to come in the future. I own the Retaliator base. This ship will be very interesting to see how they do things with it. Because, it's an old ship. Very old. Have you heard, Brian, when they're going to unleash Phase 4 on us? Is it today or tomorrow? Hold on, I might be able to find out. This week in Star System. Maybe that'll tell me. Probably tomorrow, maybe? Tomorrow, yeah. That's what I thought. Jumptown might give some people a bit of a distraction, but we'll see. I doubt it, though, highly. Yeah. Guess we'll see. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, that'll be fun. Tomorrow, yep. Go check with my boys here in a minute. Let's see. Whoops. Where'd my camera go? Anyways. Just a second. Are y'all in game?
I am.
Okay. Cool. What are you doing, Hat?
He hasn't said anything in a while.
Oh, he probably is not. He's maybe offline for a second.
Well, the elevators at Crusader L5 are down.
Anyways, before I forget, they announced a lot of stuff for the shoot. Well, that's weird. Just in case you guys need any ship sales this week, they brought a lot of ships back for sale. Though really, I would wait. Unless you need something really particular right now. Brian and I would tell you to wait for Invictus because it's gonna be a while till anything really neat comes out. I would encourage other people to just basically not, spend money if they would. Modules are interesting, but cargo running seems a little pointless. Hello. Doing great. How are you? Yeah. Doing great, Natasha. How are you? Okay. Open. Let's see. It's going great. It's just kind of slow at the moment. pretty much about to get started with the actual gameplay. Hopefully here in a minute. All right. Let's actually do something. Okay, where's my game capture? For me, that's actually pretty funny. Super Mario Brothers 1985, I think. Yeah, the original Super Mario Brothers, yeah. Which I'm almost 40, so yeah, that was a long time ago. Crazy times, how it's crazy how long ago that was. I've wanted to. I'm also going to be mixing in probably some vintage streams as well. Hold on, I'm having some issues with my software for some reason. Darn it. What's going on here? Okay. Well, am I getting sound? Yeah, you're. Okay, yeah, there's something going on. I don't know what's up. I'm trying to do my screen capture on OBS, and it's being a little bit of a butt right now. Darn it. I don't know what's going on. You might have come in on a bad time. It looks like this stream's not working well for some goofy reason. Maybe my game crashed? Maybe. Let me try again. Maybe it didn't pick it up. Let me try again. Okay. Huh. That's being a pain. I can definitely try something else to see if it's being this way on purpose. Let me try something else here in a minute. Might try some Dark Forces for a bit. Okay. Yeah, it's not picking it up. I have a friend that's going to work on that for me. Don't worry. Don't worry, Natasha. I actually have a friend that I have hired. He's busy at the moment, but he's going to legitimately help me out. And I do agree with what you're saying. I've wanted to yeah. He's a good friend. He's basically been a really huge pal. He's one of my moderators too, but you know, he's kind of busy throughout the week. Yeah. I understand, you know. Let me try a Steam game and see if that pops up. Let's see if that pops up instead. One open. No, I'm good. The thought is appreciated. Ooh, shoot. Control delete. Let's see. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I think my detector is no. Okay, this is really weird. Yeah. Okay, this. Hang on just a second. I'm restarting the stream.